Coast. What I'm seeing here today is that the Premier of Queensland, Stephen Miles, has not decided what he's going to do. He's not come out and said he's going to change the laws in any way possible to protect the community from people home invading, stealing their cars, holding knives to their throats and causing terror to the public of Queensland. And it's very clear that maybe there'll be a change in Queensland on Saturday the 26th. Maybe there won't. But it's unfortunately, we've got 70-year-old ladies getting killed in cold blood in shopping centres. She handed her handbag over, she handed her car over, and she still got killed in cold blood. And very clearly, I want to know what, if the opposition leader wins this election or the Premier wins this election, are you going to change the legislation and bring legislation through the Parliament? A person like this kid that killed this poor innocent lady and her little grandchild had to witness this sort of killing. Are you going to bring life without parole? Are you going to protect women from different backgrounds? Are you going to educate kids in school saying that it's not right to do this and bring very serious sentences? If you home invade, you should get a minimum of 14 years jail. If you kill somebody, you should get a maximum of life without parole. And the LNP or the Premier should be looking at governor's pleasure, like the state of Western Australia, where people, the governor of the day decides when people get released, not the parole board, not the courts, nobody else. But it's very clear that women in general are getting killed more than males in Queensland. And we've got to stop this. We've got to stop the domestic violence. We've got to bring very tough legislation through the Parliament. If somebody breaches the AVO, they don't get bail from the court. They have to go to diversion program and counselling, and then it gets a report given back to the magistrate, and the magistrate will decide then if you get bail. There should be no bail for anybody who breaches AVO from the police station, or you should be automatically bail refused, and you should be put through this diversion project with electronically monitoring devices on your legs to see exactly where you are at any time. A second offence should be bringing a maximum term of 15 years jail, a minimum of 7 years jail for this offence. For too long, people think it's okay to breach AVOs and nothing happens. And that's why people keep breaching them. So we've got to send a strong message. But I want to talk about a very big other issue. We've got a building over here that was built. It's just been finished in the last 4 weeks. And the delay has been unbelievable because of the CFMEU going on strike all the time and causing the developer and the builder a fortune in expenses. Very clear. Mr. Albanese, the Prime Minister, has given a whitewash on this CFMEU being put into administration. It's very clear, Mr. Albanese, you should be putting a Royal Commission into the CFMEU today to protect builders and protect developers and other people involved in construction. It's not all about you and your CFMEU. Yes, workers' rights have to be protected. We need to make sure every worker gets paid properly. Every worker goes home and comes to work safely. But putting all these conditions and breaking building companies and developers is unacceptable. Labor takes funding from the CFMEU, and it's time that stops. It's time a Royal Commission happens to the CFMEU and the CFMEU be completely deregistered. They're bikies, they're thugs, they think they can do what they like to the community. When Mr. Morrison was in power, he had the building watchdog. There was not strikes, there wasn't bullying on building sites, but the first thing Labor did as election promise, they said they would delete it. Labor is about destroying business, and we've got not enough housing for 3 reasons. One, the timber mills have all been shut down by Labor and the Greens in Australia, and broken families completely. Secondly, the CFMEU has driven the price up of development so much, and developers don't want to build anymore, and they have to cut corners. They don't care about the poor workmanship, they just care about who gets paid what.
And I understand that people need to get paid properly, but police need to get paid properly. Nurses and doctors need to get paid properly. Paramedics need to get paid properly. It's just not about the CFMEU. And Stephen Miles turns a blind eye to all this because he was appointed by the CFMEU. He backdoored the Palaszczuk by getting together with the unions to get rid of her. It's time, Mr Albanese, today you will have a Royal Commission into the Building Construction Union, and everybody who's been involved before be banned for life for being involved. John Segcar should be in the dock for what he's done to people. But no, Albo, you let him go. And it's time, if you're not going to protect Australians, this is why the Governor-General and the King needs to be still in power here to look protect Australians from Labor and the CFMEU. Thank you for your time. My name's Adam.